When you consider the fact that he just threw for 4,917 yards last season, there are certainly big moments where he comes up small that you would like to see him elevate his stature to star-studded status. That has not happened, but he is still a better than average quarterback. Clearly, you don't look at him and say he's the reason why the Redskins continuously find themselves on the outside looking in of things, even though they were in the playoffs last year before they lost to Green Bay and they didn't make it to the playoffs this go round. But 4,917 yards. The season before that, his first as a starter, 4,166 yards passing. What do you have here? You have a situation where he's thrown 54 touchdowns in the last 2 years and just, 23 interceptions. And so when you look at it from that perspective, there's clearly some production that cannot be ignored. Now, if you produced on this level and you see scrubs or individuals who are leaderless, who will remain nameless from the quarterback position that are getting paid an exorbitant amount of dollars, your attitude is, for your Kirk Cousins, I understand your franchise tagging me and I get $19.95 million for last season. I got $23.9 coming to me this upcoming season. But where's the long-term commitment? Asking about that, inquiring about that to the Washington Redskins is different than flat out demanding that they trade me. Because if you demand that they trade you and make things that cantankerous and uncomfortable, who knows who they could end up trading you to? I don't care how much money Kirk Cousins wants. He does not want to get traded to the Cleveland Browns at this particular juncture. Knowing that, I'm reticent about, or hesitant rather, to say that he demanded it. I think that he asked and inquired, what exactly is y'all intent with me? What do y'all plan on doing with me? And try to work out some kind of gentleman's agreement that in the event that you do decide to move me, at least have the decency to tell me and don't ship me to Cleveland.
I'm on Kirk Cousins' side versus maybe the most dysfunctional franchise in the NFL. They're challenging the Rams for that distinction. And given the name of the franchise, which I will not repeat on the air, it's the one I like least, as a matter of fact. I think Dan Snyder is a terrible owner. I think that's where the dysfunction starts. Look at the way they just handled the firing of the GM, which reports are didn't sit very well with the players. Why would it? The place is a mess. I was also on Cindy Lou Who's side against the Grinch. I mean, like, whose side are you on? Kirk Cousins, nice guy, quarterback, has been doing pretty well. Or the Washington franchise? Kirk Cousins. Now, do I think he just wants to go anywhere? Stephen A? No, I've been saying it. I don't think he demanded anything. It's not his personality anyway. But did he go and ask? Yeah, I can see him going to ask, particularly when in San Francisco there's a coach who wants him. And ostensibly a franchise who will give him a multi-year deal, which Washington has not yet done. They don't obviously believe in him. Now, I'm a little suspicious of Kirk Cousins going forward as a better than average quarterback, but an average quarterback has value in the NFL. You're one of the, 12 to 18 best quarterbacks, 15 to 20 best quarterbacks even in the league. That has real value. It's like being an average starting point guard in the NBA. It's a hell of a player. That said, the franchise that knows him best has not yet committed long-term to him. What does that tell you, and what does that tell him about that franchise when a place like San Francisco seems willing to? So would he go and ask? Sure. Demand doesn't seem to me to be his style. You and I agree about that.
We do agree.
All right, let's move on here then and talk about some other quarterbacks in the NFC South. So Ted Ginn left the Panthers this offseason and signed a 3-year, $11 million deal to play with Drew Brees and the Saints. Now, one of the biggest reasons